Hello everybody, welcome to another video. This is episode 92 of my channel chats, which is my channel's like vlog thing that I've affectionately called channel chats. My name is Infiniti, and if you don't know, I'm the face, the voice, and the hands behind all the content here under Infiniti Crafting Co. on YouTube and on my blog and on Etsy actually, and wherever else I may post that I'm not thinking about right now. So today it's actually my birthday, and I decided to treat myself, of course, by feeding the stash, which is what all craft bloggers do. Please tell me what we are supposed to do. I don't know, actually, but I decided to feed the stash because that is apparently my secondary hobby to knitting and crochet and pattern design, you know? So, yeah, just, buying all the yarn, using none of the yarn, and then finding new projects for which I need new yarn for that I don't currently own. Anyway, first and foremost, if you have placed orders this week, I know people have picked up on my sale that's going on, has been going on for the month of November, but if you've ordered anything between Saturday and Sunday, it probably won't be shipped officially until Thursday. I'll be doing the labels between tonight and tomorrow morning, and then Wednesday I'll be here in order to just hand off my stuff to the mail guy. So I'm sorry for that little delay. I know I have 3 to 5 days, but still I like to do stuff as quickly as possible. Today, or well, not today, but this week has been all mushed together, I guess. I don't know, yesterday was so busy and full of antics, and then today it was just like, oh yeah, birthday, and I've been running around doing stuff all day. So anyway, deliveries, packages will be going out Thursday or Friday if they do what they always do, which I'll do my best to put my passive aggressive yarn side out, because that is what I've resorted to over the last year or 2 years now. So anyway, there's that, and also thank you to the guys who have actually indulged in my little November sale. I wanted to kind of celebrate in a way on my blog, and I decided, hey, why not give everybody 25% off? So that's been going on since the 1st, and it's been pretty cool. People have been picking up my patterns, which has been really nice. So I'm excited about that. That's going on. I feel like there was something else that I wanted to announce, and I don't know what it is, but that was the most important thing. No, I actually, somehow I've ended up rationalizing my love for yarn as, I've always wanted to just make walls of whatever craft I'm into, right? So whether it's my artwork with my paints and other tools, I always wanted to make a color wall of my paint tubes. With this, I've been making different color walls or bookshelves or whatever shelving units I use of yarn, which is really cool. I like staring at it. It's very aesthetic. I moved all my colored yarn on that side. I know you guys see the variegated yarn down there. It's just there because I took it off my shelf. I had this whole weird plan for my birthday video, and I ended up changing it at the last minute because I was like, you know what, this is not working. But I ended up changing it last minute, and I decided to do this instead. Well, do it at my craft table instead. But what I didn't know that I was going to end up doing was rearranging my whole studio. So as you guys might notice, some things are a little different. I might look a little brighter, but not as glaring. My light was behind me before, and I would try to block it with my head to no avail. My mannequin was never in sight before, which, by the way, I'm still working on this project. This is just the front panel, but it looks really nice from the front, so I just have it T-pinned to my mannequin. I took an old desk that you guys have never seen from down here, probably Sunday. I think it was Sunday, yeah, and Saturday I was just rearranging things. So anyway, I've been a busy girl in a busy world, and it's been fun doing that. I really like organizing things or taking things down and doing them up, so that's been cool. I've been working on projects. I'm still, like I said, working on this. I have 4 or 5 of the block rows, so at the very bottom I have this ribbed knitting band thing that pulls it all in, so it's really only this wide, but the rest of it's so outward, it makes it look wider than what it is. Well, anyway, this other pattern is over on my other desk because I was knitting over there yesterday or this morning and I just put it down because I've been busy. I was helping my grandma with my birthday food. It was so fun. I have to show you guys a picture of it. And I made the drinks for my birthday, which I think after my grandma's birthday, she's designated me as the drink maker because she likes Long Island teas, and I made her one for her birthday, and she's like, that wasn't Long Island, that was Long Island. So anyway, it was a little heavy-handed, and anyway, that's not the point. I made my birthday drink. I made us fish bowls. They were great. We were both sitting there like, you know, mistakes were made. But it was really great. I enjoyed my birthday. My cake was beautiful. I don't know. Today's been really great. I feel so blessed to be 24. It's hard to believe I'm 24. I don't feel like I'm 24. Essentially, I still feel like a giant kid. So, you know, I'm just living my best life here. I'm blessed to do it. Let's see. What other projects am I working on? I know I'm working on this blanket, but I feel like there's another one that I'm working on. But oh well, I don't know what it is at the moment. So I'm just going to show you guys this blanket. I've brought it out as far as it's going to go. So now I'm just going to work on bringing it in. And I found my scrap ball of white over in my other scrap bin. So I'm going to add like maybe 4 blocks of white in here somewhere in the center. And that's going to be pretty cool. I can't wait to finish and see what the finished result looks like. I don't know how I'm going to take pictures of it. I also found these probably, what was it, 2018, 2017, somewhere in there. I had this fantastic idea for a blouse, and I made these triangles and diamonds with black, white, and gray. Found the gray ones while I was cleaning Saturday. I'm like, oh, well, that's lovely. Now I don't know where the black triangles are, and I don't know where the white triangles are. I don't know where the rest of that project. I'm missing 2/3 of a project, but I won't cry about it. At some point, I am going to find them or recreate them and continue this thing. I have the sketch for this project in my project book. It's a binder of stuff that I either sketch out or just write out trying to test it. And yeah, it's there. So I'll complete it at some point. So now we are going to get into opening up my boxes of yarn. I went to Joann and Hobie for this specific haul. I think Joann just had a really good sale on one of the yarns that I like to buy often. But then Hobie, I have been planning to get that that particular cart at the end of this year, and just so happens I was able to do it for my birthday. And one thing I like about ordering from them is that their shipping is always super quick. I'm not sponsored or anything by them, but I just want to tell you guys, the shipping is amazing. So they're located in Denmark, okay, and I ordered it. After 3 days, okay, it shipped. That was great. Cool. I ordered it well in advance. So 3 days, it was in France, and I was like, okay, cool. So maybe about a week or so. No, the next day, it went from France at like 7 in the morning to Indianapolis by like 1 o'clock, and I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay, so it'll be here within the next 2 days. No. Within another couple of hours, it was like a couple of municipalities away from me in my city, and I'm like, okay, tomorrow, it'll be here tomorrow. No, my package was on my porch by 8 o'clock at night, and I was like, okay, y'all work really, really fast. I love it. I love it so much. So I'm really happy, and I'm really impressed with all of my orders that I've done with them so far. I think I've done like 3 or 4 orders with them. I've not kept count. Of course not. But anyway, I'm going to get to opening these boxes. Alright, so I'm going to actually start with my Joann's box, probably like I normally do, mostly because I know my Hobie box is the colorful order. My Joann's box is probably more of my, like, plain colors. Also, you know, one thing I wish they wouldn't do is, like, when the packages go through customs and they come in, I wish they wouldn't always cover up the logos or, like, the fancy artwork on the boxes. Even with domestic orders, they tend to do this, and it's like, okay, how am I supposed to make my thumbnails? How am I supposed to make them look good? And I can't do that without exposing my address or something on the front of the box. Alright, so I have wrestled and I've gotten this box open. We are going to go through whatever it is I got from Joann's, because right now I don't remember. And I'll also be leaving the links to everything on a blog post, and I'll leave that linked either in the top comment or in my description box so you guys can find it in case you see something that you fancy. Oh my gosh, that reminds me too, before I did, or after I did this order, one of the other two, I did this small Joann's order, I think for my grandma. I think she was doing like some kind of crochet project and she wanted the specific purple that I didn't have. I don't have it, so so I ordered that, but like while I was ordering her things, I saw these candles and they were on sale. I really like, I guess you can call it aromatherapy stuff, so I burn incense or I burn candles, whatever, or I'll just leave the candle open and let the smell permeate. There's these place and time candles from Joann, and I got them for $5 at the time. They smell amazing. Like, they're really, really potent. Not in an unpleasant way. It's just that once you open the jar, your whole room fills up with smell, and it's just satisfying. It's not too much. And so I've been enjoying burning those. Like this one, I have actually lit right now. If I turn it around, you can see how much I've burnt this one down. I love it. It's a pecan bourbon smell, and it's so great. It's so great. And there's this like forest one that smells like pine needles. It is just great. Anyway, I like nature smells, and I also like alcohol and pecan scented things. Okay, so it's a nice holiday mix, kind of, I guess, or reminiscent of fall. Who knows? But okay, we're gonna get into the yarn stuff. So what did I get? Here are the first couple of things I got. So these Moroccan Night skeins, you guys remember probably a couple episodes ago went to Joann's and I saw these on the shelf and I'm like, oh, but I don't know what I'd use them for. I got a few more of these because, okay, I have like 5 or 6 on my shelf over there, my variegated shelf, and I'm like, this whole time that I've had them, I've been thinking cardigan, gotta make a cardigan with it. Okay, sure, but I don't think 6 of these are enough to do a cardigan, so I ordered this, and these have 273 yards. Now, and it's a 3-weight. Now, I could be just, overthinking it, but I'd rather be safe than sorry, so this is actually, just making sure that I have enough yarn for that project, because whenever I decide to either pick up my knitting needles or get a crochet hook, and get into this yarn, I want to have enough to complete a project. So that's going to be really fun to work with and design with. I don't know how many I got. I really don't. I know I have 3 here. It looks like I have a 4th one down in here. The label came off of it. So maybe I have 10 in total. I think I have 10 in total, but this is such a nice color of yarn. It's all variegated and twisted, and I love it. Kind of like the roll with it tweeds. You know how they have 2 colors or 3 colors twisted together, and then it's all variegated. It's really great. So I don't know. This is something nice and muted, but also kind of fun to work with. There's this other color way of this yarn that I really like, but I don't really want to buy until I figure out what exactly it is I'm making with this. If it's going to be something I designed for me, or if it's somebody else's design, what am I going to do with it? I don't know for sure, but something tells me it's going to be a wearable. For the next thing I got one of, well, I have several pounds of love. So I think it was when Joann had that really nice sale on the pounds of love, and they were all like $6.99 a piece, and I was like, heck yeah, because pounds of love are expensive now, thanks to all the inflation and the other fun stuff going on in our world. I'm like, okay, let's do this. And I had a coupon, a really good coupon, so I was happy about that. So this is called Mocha, which I don't have. I don't have this color. That is shocking. So I wanted browns. I'm planning projects because I was thinking about doing a little booklet for patterns, right? So I'll talk more on it later, but it's just been an idea running through my head for a minute, and I kind of wanted to experiment with some variations of my patterns and incorporate them into this little booklet. So we'll see. To be announced. To be announced. Definitely not this year. I thought it was going to be in December, but no. No, maybe sometime next year. Alright. This next color is like a gold color. Interestingly enough, I don't really have a lot of yellow in my stash, and I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna buy yellow, I'm gonna be smart about it and get the big skein of it. So I got a pound of love, and this is the goldish color that's called, if I can find, Maize. Yes, Maize. Okay, So there are so many brands that call their yellows maize. Okay, so I was trying to make sure that that was the right one for this one. I got this one. I like the goldish yellowy colors. I do have a gold on my shelf, but it's red heart, and it's for a designated project that I have yet to get around to. Like, you know, I think it's been a couple years now, to be honest, and I haven't gotten around to it. Anyway, I really love these pounds a lot because they are so big. They have like 1,000 something yards in them, so they're perfect for like building your stash, or if you make amigurumi or something. These are just nice to have on hand, or you can make a lot of hats. Yarn also works in the Centro knitting machine, and I have a whole blog dedicated to the different yarns that I have found so far that work well with the Centro. So if that's something you're interested in, you can also find that back on my blog. But yes, this is another color, and I might actually end up making some hats with this color included in them. Who knows? But I definitely wanted to add to my variety of yellows. Like I said, I don't have a lot of yellow. I just don't. I have mostly greens and blues, but definitely mostly green, you know. So I just gotta, you know, I like to make things kind of even out in my stash. This next color is like an orangish color. I think it's pumpkin spice. It could be the pumpkin spice because I have one on my shelf and it looks pretty similar. I could be wrong. This is pumpkin spice. I was right. I'm starting to learn my colors. And then some of the colors are starting to actually look like what their names are, you know. Because guys, I don't know why I find it necessary to fight with the colors of yarn, but some of them just don't look as they're supposed to. And, you know, hey, I have to call it out. But okay. This one is like the honeybee yellow. What is it? It's called... hey, it's honeybee. Okay, I'm good at these names. This is a really nice, light, delicate yellow. Kind of reminds me of the pale yellow that Red Heart made. One time I made a light yellow and a gray chevron baby blanket for somebody that my mom knew. And I loved it. And I really just liked the idea of having the light yellow on my shelf. So this is perfect. Did I get 2 of these? I think I got 2 of these. Because again... there's not a lot of yellow, and then I think there was also a project, like I said, that I wanted to adapt one of my patterns to, and I would need some of this color, so this is going to be coming in handy. It will go to good use. This is not just feeding the stash, but it's also kind of, you know, it's fueling future designs, so this is how I justify doing what I do. But I don't know, I also like just, you know, sharing my hauls with you guys. I think it's kind of fun. I don't have any friends that knit or crochet. Like, it's just me and my grandma and my mom that knit, like, crochet. And I'm the only one that knits, so it's like, okay, I had no one to talk to about this stuff. I find yarn fascinating and fun to collect, you know. I also collect rocks, which is, yeah. You know, I like to collect things. I've come to find that out over the years. But anyway, I also got this gray. And I'm finding more of those Moroccan Nights, so I think I got 6 of them. Oops. Okay, this gray is like, I think it's the Oxford gray. It is. So it's the same gray that I did these with. And I bought this specifically because I'm like, I don't know, or, well, I don't really remember at this point how many of these I needed. And I do have... I have a skein of this, or a partial skein of it from when I was working on this, to show you how long I've had it. Totally different label. And so I just wanted to have this. Plus grays are good to have in the stash. Just in general, it's a nice neutral color. It's a go-to color for a lot of people. Even with my, well, I don't know, my accessories are a little bright and vivid, if you guys haven't noticed so far. But, you know, if I'm wearing something just in a mood to wear something muted, then yeah, gray or black works just fine. But okay, so I found 2 more, like I said, of those Moroccan Nights. So I did buy 6 of them. I feel like I'm going to fall over in this box. It's as big as me. But yeah, so I don't know. And these were on clearance, interestingly enough, wherever they had these stocked, which is, Okay. I'm just thinking about all the possibilities, right, with this cardigan that I don't know what, how, when I'm even gonna do it. So, you know, I don't know. I think like this sometimes. It's interesting. Alright, So I also have more of that Heartland yarn that I got. You guys remember the one I said it's called Gateway Arch, and I wouldn't necessarily associate with the arch because it's not. Maybe in the evening when the sun sets, maybe. But I really don't understand the inspiration behind the name. I just don't. But anyway, I got 2 of them because I'm like, okay, I can make my beanie. Sure, I can make my Infiniti beanie. But what about my hands, right? And so I've been working on these little mitts using the Mandala bonus bundle, and I got part of the way through that project now, so I had to put that down. I've been putting down a lot of projects here lately, and I can't wait to pick them back up. It's going to be so great to just sit back and knit and crochet to my heart's content again. At least for the month and a half or so that I'm out of school, I look forward to it so much. Let's see, what else? I have mandalas, okay? So I bought 2 of them in Kraken. Okay, I really liked the Kraken set when I worked it up. The blues are so vibrant. Everything just works together so well. Like I said, most of the time these mandalas work out a lot better than I would expect them to. This was one of those colors that worked out a lot better than I expected it to. So I can put another long scarf in my inventory that's over here. You know, I think eventually I'm going to move this shelf over closer because you guys need to see all this stuff that I have layered up. But anyway, I'm going to do another long scarf, and I think I'm going to do another hat scarf set with it because I have 2 of these. And that's usually the only reason I buy these in sets of 2, so I can keep a mental note. I'm like, okay, I have this many for this many projects, and then this many for that many projects, and so on and so on. I don't know. The way I think is a little weird. Sometimes I think to other people. I don't know. I call it the creative side of me, okay? So I have 2 of those in Kraken, and then I got this other color. So back when I did my in-store haul, I got this color called Griffin. My grandma took him from me, okay? She took him, she started a project, she put him in a bag, and he sat there for 2 months, and I'm like, Grandma, where'd that yarn come from? She's like, I don't know. And anyway, I got this color, I got 2 of them, so I can, again, make a long scarf, make a hat and scarf set. I really like just sitting there cranking out the scarves and the scarf hat sets. I don't know, they're just quick and easy, and I've gotten into a little flow with how I put my hats and stuff together, so that's kind of a fun thing for me to do right now, or especially last year when I was doing the bulk of them. I don't know, I sat up for hours and hours and hours and just did my thing, and it was great. Alright, let's get this one over here. Okay, and I got this other color that I've never gotten before. It's a mandala, and you guys can let me know in the comments, do you pronounce it with the long A or the short A? Because I've noticed I go between the 2. It just depends. Like, I don't know if it's me just talking too long and going mandala, or, you know, do I pronounce it like that? Sometimes I say mandala. Who knows? Let me know in the comments, though. I got this color. I think it's, yeah, it's Kelpie. Super cute. I personally like this. Kind of makes me think about the Chimera color, and I did not get more of the Chimera color specifically because I knew that I would want to keep it. That is my favorite color out of all the mandalas so far, but this one might give it a run for its money. I actually got 3 for some reason. I don't know why I would get 3 unless I was anticipating making myself something. At this point, I don't remember because honestly, I just buy these in sets of 2. But then again, depending on which one, like, people like more, the hat set or the scarves, then, you know, I at least have another one in my inventory. Or if I make it up and decide that I absolutely love it and need a long scarf, I can also do that for myself, you know? It just works out all the way. So I'm excited about that. So in retrospect, I didn't do too bad at Joann's, okay? So I don't really have to worry about storage. I don't really have to worry about storage so much. It's mostly my solid colors that I'm probably going to run into issues with. But I'll figure it out, because I think the very bottom shelf of my tall shelf over there has like scrunchy inventory, but I can move that around as I put my new desk together over there and stack things. I can do it. It's possible. I have to keep my hopes up with that. Alright, So now we're going to jump into this Hobie box. I'm super excited to show you guys what's in this Hobie box. Something else I just thought about, or remembered rather, and I don't know how I forgot because I was just working on this project yesterday. So as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, maybe you're super new here, I am an art major of sorts, right? So I get kind of creative and dirty all the time. And speaking of which, I took ceramics this semester, which was right up my alley. As I would say, back in 2019, I caught a ceramics bug, right? And I just was all about the clay medium. I don't know what it was that drew me in. I guess it's like, I don't know, the idea of getting dirty and involved with your piece. And I mean, if you would have asked me when I was a kid if I would have ever wanted to do ceramics, like play in mud and stuff, it would have been a firm no. But as I've gotten older, I find that to be one of the fun parts of doing art, is just the mess of it all. But anyway, I digress. Yesterday I threw 2 pieces because, okay, this is my beloved crochet hook bowl, but she has problems. Okay, she has big problems. When I made this, right, I did my best at the time. I made this and it cracked along here. So this right here is an opening, and at the time I'm like, oh my gosh, it could double as a yarn bowl. That's great. And this will always be my special child. Okay, it will always have a special place in my heart. But I've been thinking lately that I should make a new one, and that's mainly because I've gotten into collecting furled hooks over the years, and I have like 11 of them now. And I only have 3 holes for my hooks, because that's technically where these are supposed to go, so they don't roll off of my table and break and I cry many tears because they break. So I decided that I would make a bigger bowl that stands just a wee bit taller. So these new bowls, well, these new ones sit about like this, and I'm going to be making the little pieces that go around it to hold my hooks. So I'll have a new one or 2. We'll see how they turn out. I'll have new pieces to store my crochet hooks in, which is super great. That probably also make me want to collect more hooks, which I mean, I doubt it though at the same time, because I've really been into these furls hooks and they're really great on my hands. So I haven't really bought any other hooks to be perfectly honest. I just haven't, as far as use. And I still have all of my other hooks from years past, so I don't know. We'll see what I may or may not do in the future. I've been kind of interested in trying the clover hooks, but I haven't actually taken that dive yet. Who knows where that may go at any given point. But anyway, I wanted to tell you guys about that because I did make 2 bowls, and if one of them turns out, or if they both turn out successful, I would really enjoy keeping one for maybe a giveaway or something. I don't know yet. We'll see. To be announced. But okay, let's get into this Hobie haul. I'm super excited about this because this Hobie haul was basically me sitting up between now and, well, from the last time I ordered from Hobie and now. And just iBuying, right? So I do what's called iBuying. I go on there and I fantasize about all the money that I would like to spend on yarn, but when it comes down to it, I'm not going to spend on yarn. I don't know. I try to be conscious at times with my spending on yarn, and other times it's like YOLO, like really, I only live once. But anyway, that's another story for another time. Anyway, I got some really cool stuff. The first thing I want to pull out of here is this really beautiful shiny yarn. So you guys might remember back one of the Joann's hauls I did like in store this year, I said that I was going to make a poncho that was going to be derived from one of my shawl patterns, and this is basically what I'm going to be using this yarn for as well. Like, I bought that big twist yarn with the tinsel in it, and it's shiny and pretty. I love it, but I like this so much more, but I couldn't get my hands on it at the time. But now I have it. It's called Metallico. It's like a 70% polyamide. I can't pronounce that. 21% acrylic and 9% merino wool. It is so soft. And this little squishy baby is like so fun size. It's 125 yards. So I got like 6 of them just to make sure I have enough yarn for my project, right? So I'm probably going to end up using 2 and 2 for the poncho part. or 2.5 for each like part that comes down, and then 1 for the neck, because I'm gonna knit the neck. I'm gonna pick up stitches and knit it, so one of these should be more than enough. Who knows? But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's just so shiny and pretty. I love it. I think this is called Ice Blue. Let me see if I can find it. I'm trying to figure out the difference between the labels. Like, is this the... Yeah, okay, this is the regular Metallico. Cool, cool. And now it's on sale. Now their Black Friday sale is up. Okay, but this one is the sky blue. I think it's the sky blue. Yeah, it's the sky blue. But I really wanted something that was kind of silvery, and that blue just kind of spoke to me when I saw it, so I grabbed it, Well, not physically grabbed it. Oh my gosh, if they had a store in the States, I would do my best to get to that store. I would love it so much. Anyway, that's beside the point. I digress yet again. Alright, this one isn't probably as exciting, but I did get another Hobie Twister Solid in black. I have one. It is for that project that I was supposed to be talking about in episode 92 for my channel chats, which will now be episode probably 93. And it probably won't come out until December, but hey, better late than never. I really like that project, but I put that one down way before I put these other projects down, because it's just such a slow build, and I don't need it until spring or summer-ish next year, so prioritizing projects. So I did get that. And then, oh my gosh, right? Let me see. I think it was last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, I get a happy little email, right, from Darn Good Yarn. And the yarn that they said was discontinued and not coming back came back. And I was so hyped. I'm like, why? Why did y'all do this to me now? So, not gonna lie, probably gonna do a haul for Christmas, maybe, I don't know, nothing solid yet, but I might do a little mini haul, and if I do, I'm definitely getting a couple of hanks in each color, because I really like that yarn. It's the yarn that I used for the summer top that I made this year, and I used that special yarn, and it makes me happy that I did, but I really wanted more of it in my stash, so, gonna feed the stash again later next month, and that's gonna be nice, prospectively, tentatively. Anyway, this yarn I saw last year from Hobie. Okay, back to the stash box. I digress. I saw this yarn last year, and last year was not the greatest year for yarn hauling, okay? It was not. And so I couldn't get this yarn at that point, but then it came back like last month, and I was like, oh, yes. So I added it to my cart because I was iBuying one late night. And I'm like, okay, so this is like their Black Friday yarn, and it specifically comes out around the end of the year-ish, and maybe stays in stock through January-ish, and then it disappears. And, you don't know if it's coming back or not. Well, it came back this time, so, maybe next time they'll have different colors. I don't know. This was one of the colors that I liked. It's super thin, much like the yarn that I used for the summer top. It's thin like this, which again, here lately I've been really into the thin yarn, so it's no big deal. Something like this you would probably want to use a 3mm for, but I'm not going to do that. Of course, I'm going to be using a bigger hook size, probably a 3.75, knowing me. That's about as small as I get, but anyway, I got one of those cakes. I really like how cake yarns store, because you guys remember probably that last Hobie haul I did on the channel. Did I do it on the channel? I think I did it on the channel. Don't quote me on it though. You could probably go back just a few episodes and it'll be there. But I got these cakes. They had what was called I think it was a twister, but it was like nations themed. So like the color of the flags of the nations, and they had this one called DC. So this was back in July-ish. But it was being discontinued, so I bought 6 cakes of it, and they're on my shelf because, now I can't get them ever, and I'm so glad I did that. Anyway, I got this, oh, okay, it's a teal color. So I got more of their Mega Balls. I've gotten their mega balls before. It was something that I talked about on my paid podcast. I did an unboxing on there, and I talked specifically for what that was for, and that project is very much going to happen over the course of the coming year. So I'm excited about that still. And now I have this teal color because, like I said at the beginning of the video, I have had ideas about a little mini PDF book, ebook, if you will, for my patterns and different adaptations of it. So I look forward to still doing that as well. But this teal is absolutely gorgeous and rich. I get these mega balls much for the same reason that I get the pounds of love, because they have a lot of yardage. These have it's like somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,000. Where is it? This one has 1,312 yards in this bundle. This is more than a pound of love, and I'm not mad at it at all. So, you know, when you design stuff, you like to have yarn with the yardage, and at least that's my case. So, you know, having things like this, it makes it easy to do stuff like amigurumi and garments and things like that, because you have a consistent dye lot, especially if you buy in bulk. I did buy 2 of these. I got 2 of them. So, that's really great. I love how rich that color was, because everything always looks different on the computer. So, it's like, you know, it's like a toss-up when you go to buying yarn online. But again, I haven't been disappointed with Hobie yet, and I doubt if I will. But like I said, I got 2 of them. It's like a tealish color. I think with these, the colors are just numbers, so it doesn't really help me to pull it up. I can try. All the Black Friday sales. I am so tempted. I am so tempted. Da-da-da-da-da. And this makes me happy too, because once I finally got my laptop, it makes it so much easier to just find this stuff when I'm doing these channel chats and kind of look at it and talk about it, kind of compare. This color, I think it was number 37. It's deep turquoise. Yeah, it's number 37. So yeah, it looks a little bit lighter on screen, and I was like, okay, that's cool, but this is even better. I'm very happy because the project that I have planned for this specific color, it wouldn't be hurt by the richness of this color. So great times, happy times. I forgot to mention the yardage in these cakes is usually like 1,000 as well. They're a little over 1,000. Where is it? And it's 100% cotton as well. So this one has, this one has 874 yards, which is still great. You can make an entire shawl out of this if you wanted to do shawls. Don't know what I'm going to do with these cakes, especially as I find the other ones that I really, really have my eye on. But I have them, and that's the important part. That is the important part. So whenever I figure out what it is I want to design and have the time, then I can dig right into it. Who knows when that'll be. Alright, also that time that I went Hobie shopping. I'm trying to think now. Guys, was that actually the haul that I did back in January this year? If so, I feel bad because it's been 12 months since I've done that specific haul. It might actually be. I can't confirm that right now. But anyway, regardless to that, there was a specific haul where I went to Joann's and I went to Hobie's and I went somewhere else, and I bought a bunch of these balls of yarn. So I used to get yarn like this from overseas as well. And I'm like, okay, you know, they screwed up my order really bad, and I was just outdone. And I'm like, well, you know what? I probably should switch it up a little bit. So I decided to get these from Hobie. And I used these to make this feather stitch wrap for this woman that I used to volunteer for with adult education, and she absolutely loved it. Like, she's so fancy. She's so fancy, and she really loved that wrap, and I was happy that she did. I used 12 balls of wool. It was pure wool, and it was, oh my gosh, I'm going to try to find the picture of it. It was back when I had my gray hair, and I'm going to try to find the picture of it and show you guys. super great. I've wanted to make more of those since then because, like, I don't know, when I used to post on Reddit, people really ate that up too. And I'm like, oh, well, you know what? This is a really good item to make. So eventually I want to get to the point where I have like 12 of each color so I can go ahead and make these wraps up. They have approximately the same yardage in them, so that was another thing that I found really great. This is called Colorina. It's 80% acrylic and 20% wool. I love my wool blends, okay? I love them, especially for wearables. Alright, and it has 218 yards in it, and they recommend like a 4mm knitting needle. So, yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. Usually with this, if I crochet, I use about a 4.5mm crochet hook, just because it's so thin, but so nice though. So that's going to be cool. So I have 6 of these over on my shelf, and I think I bought another 6 of these in this color, because I'm trying to build up that collection. I don't know when I'm going to start on those wraps, but that was actually one of the items that I never actually got around to releasing when I had my items on Etsy, just because I'm like, okay, what I want to charge for this is okay, but like by the time I get done accounting for like different fees and stuff or whatever, I'm like, yeah, it wouldn't really be worth selling on Etsy. So I wanted to wait for the specific item to put it on my website. Now I can do that, so that's gonna be great. I don't know, this year has been so weird. Like, I had so many different expectations on like what it is, I guess, exactly that I was going to do like month by month, and now I'm just rolling with it. I'm like, you know what? It is what it is at this point. But I'm glad that I have a lot of different capabilities now and a lot of different independence or whatever, since I do have my own little space on the internet. It's really cool. Okay, so like I said, I got like 6 of these. I'm just pulling them out the box. And I think somewhere along the line of me ordering from Hobie, at some point I've made them like my color center. So like whenever I want bold, vibrant colors, I go to Hobie. And like whenever I'm just redoing my regular yarns, I'm at Joann. Or like there's some specific yarns that I can only get from Lion Brand. Like some of the colorways are specific to their website, so I just go over there and end up buying like all the colors. But anyway, alright, so, oh, there's the last one, I think. Last one. Alright, I also got more Colorina, but I got it in this, like, it's a really autumnal color. Probably my favorite color out of all of them. Matter of fact, that color, this color is similar to the one that I used for that feather stitch wrap that I modeled, and it's probably my favorite. It's probably my favorite, so, you know, we'll see what happens when that shawl in particular, that wrap in particular, gets finished up. That's going to be so exciting. I just love the transition of them, and then some of them have more green in them than others, especially the ones down on my shelf. But then, like, this one has little hints of ice blue. It's so beautiful. I don't know, it just reminds me of the trees in my neighborhood right now. They are gorgeous. And that's one thing that I love about where I live. The trees are amazing. Alright. And I also got 6 of these. So, you know, there's 5 of them. And the last one is, there it is. Haha. I'm amazed that they got all this stuff in one box. Like, they, you know, they could have had like a tiny box next to it, and both of them come, but, you know, it's efficient. It's efficient. Alright, so you guys are probably going to laugh at me for this. You guys remember a few weeks ago, or maybe even last month, I did a tutorial on knitting socks on the Centro Mini knitting machine, and you guys really liked that tutorial. And the short that went with it. I liked that tutorial. I liked the socks. I have worn them twice since I created them. They're really great. I usually hand wash them and let them lay flat to dry just because they're a wool blend, you know. I just treat all my wool the same pretty much. Anyway, I went and did a thing. I went and bought Christmas sock yarn, so I'm going to be making some ugly Christmas socks. I get cracking really early for Christmas. Usually I have my tree up on the 1st of November, you know, like, so a lot of people I know, they get excited for the spooky season. I don't. I get excited for Christmas, so that's my thing. I mean, yesterday or the other day I put up my lights. You guys can't even see them because they're much taller. But anyway, I digress yet again. I always digress. But I got 4 of these because I want to make a couple of pairs of those socks. This is just called color number 5. They had 3 different variations. Like, one was a darker green, mix, and then the other one was a lighter green mix, and then this one was right in the middle, so like Goldilocks. I'm like, these are just right. I bought 4 of them. Like I said, I want to make more than 1 pair. So these have more yardage in them than the patent socks that I bought at Joann's. Like, you can see that they're much different, a lot larger, because these little Croy socks, they have 166 yards, 152 meters. And then this from Hobie has it has 459 yards. So, you know, I'm like, I can get a lot of socks out of that. So I bought 4 of them, and that's gonna be fun. And I was thinking that either I would do the whole sock in this color, or I would make the toes of them white, because I have the Croy sock in white. And so, yeah, the Croy sock in white that I used for the tips of those purple socks that I made for the tutorial, I have that. So that's gonna be one of my options. I might just do the whole sock in one color, because the colors don't really match, you know? I want cohesiveness. It's gonna be so fun. So, yeah, I don't know. I get these little zany ideas, but the most fun thing is like when I wear my makes outside, and people are like, oh my gosh, did you make that? Because they like never seen it. And I'm like, yeah, I made it. It's totally, you know, handmade by me. So anyway, I like getting those compliments on my hand makes, okay? So, okay, this other thing, okay, that I got from Hobie, it's another cake, okay? So now I said they had these limited edition Black Friday cotton cakes, right? I had my eyes on this color, and y'all know me, my accessories tend to be a little wild with the colors. And I saw this and I'm like, I have to have it. I don't care if I just stare at it for the next 10 years. I need it in my stash. And so I was able to get my hands on this. Okay. I don't know what it is about neon colors. I actually absolutely love them. But you guys might be able to see my little hoard of bright stripe down there that I use for my beanies and my Hold Me Tight shawls. And I feel like there's something else that I've used them for. But I use that yarn a lot, and I might actually end up using this a lot. And I'm happy to see actually that this outside isn't black. It's like a navy, and then the inside is black. That's really nice. Anyway, I got a bunch of these. I did. I really did. I got, what, 4? I got 4, considering they have a whole bunch of yardage in them, you know, like 800 plus yards in them. It's really great for all of my projects. So, you know, I might be able to get a project per cake. Who knows? Who knows? And do I want more of those cakes? Probably. Probably. But if they come out every year, that would be nice. But then you can never be too sure with yarn. And with the luck that I've been having with yarn discontinuing on me as of late, I don't trust it. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens before the end of the year. It would be really great, though, to stock up on these little cakes. Figure out what I'm going to design with them, because you guys know I have to do something really epic with this color. And the last thing, I think, oh no, my free gift. They gave me free plastic sewing darning needles. There we go. I know that the word was in there somewhere. Just had to think about it. Okay, the last thing that I got, okay, was black. Why did I get the black? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, because I have a mega ball. I have a mega ball of black up there, and then I have a pound of love in black. But I think it's because of this, right? We're going to blame this project. I used, yeah, so this was almost 1 skein of that pound of love, and then the last bit of this skein of pound of love I used to start the other panel. And I got through all of my ribbed rows and probably that first row of base triangles. So that was pretty good for one thing. And so I've just cracked open the second one. So I'm probably just replenishing the stash, I think. We'll see. Something might come back to mind. But like I said, these have over 1,300 yards in them. So these are precious to me. And I can't wait to, well, I probably should have waited in retrospect to redo all of my shelves. But you know what? It is what it is. And now I get to sit back and stash everything. And I have my mini center over here because I was going to do a tutorial this evening. So we'll see what happens once I get this channel chat rendering, you know, because we'll see. But yeah, that's basically the end of my haul. I got 2 of these, and I'm going to figure out what to do with them at some point. It's going to be great. I'm going to figure out what to do with my box of Joanne stuff and all of these wonderful colors. Like I said, I'm always impressed with my orders from Hobie. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but their customer service is super great, and that's one thing that just like makes and breaks companies and like wanting to shop with them is their customer service. So yeah, it was a big one for me. I hope you guys found something that you liked out of my stash. You can let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna go and edit this video. I'm going to attempt to record a tutorial. Today is Tuesday, and it doesn't feel like a Tuesday to me. It honestly feels like the weekend. So, you know, these days are starting to run together just a little bit. I want to actually get some content done this week and upload it, hopefully. Hopefully. I'm gonna try. Anyway, I'm gonna go do all that fun YouTube content creator stuff, and hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. And I hope you guys have a good evening. If you want to find me on the internet, you can check me out on Instagram. I'm most active there. I also have a Facebook page, which usually mirrors some of my Instagram stuff, but for the most part, the bulk of my stuff goes on Instagram. You can also find me on my blog where I post tips, tricks, knitting tutorials, crochet tutorials. I'm going to start doing my Centro tutorials probably in December, not gonna lie, probably December, once I'm off and I can have time to upload them to my little backup space and then put them up on the blog. Gonna do that. I've had it lately too where like whenever a post comes up in the blog, it will notify you if you are subscribed to either my email list or the website in some form, so people can start seeing the content better. I noticed that it was like a trend going kind of downward. So anyway, enough of that. I'm going to quit rambling. I'm going to quit digressing. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and until next time, happy making.